Hello everyone and welcome back to the Fab TCG YouTube channel. It's Hayden and Brendan here from Arsenal Pass, back with another Dynasty Blitz gameplay video. This time we're playing Dash into Prism. Brendan, I've got a pretty interesting Dash list revolving around a lot of the new cards in Dynasty that you're going to see, and if you want to see more about this, do check out the Decktech video that me and Brendan did covering these two decks. But Brendan, anything you want to cover on your side of the board before we get into it?
So a lot of new Dynasty cards on my side as well, but I would say it's a pretty traditional Prism list in terms of what you're going to see in Blitz, right? It's a mix of Heralds and Auras, and it's just kind of capitalizing on Prism being a very powerful hero and doing what it does best.
Cool. All right, well, let's get into it. Do you want odd or even on the dice?
I'll take even.
Cool. It's a 4. What would you like to do?
It's tough. So it's a harder decision for this deck because I have 0 blocks in my deck. I do think in Blitz it's almost always correct to go second unless you have a very good reason not to. Prism can capitalize going first by double auring. Dash can have a pretty easy time clearing those auras. So I'm going to hope I don't draw the 0 block, and I'm going to choose to go second here.
All right, let's do it. Let's see what I can get into. So our side, if we're going first, ideal thing we want to find is like just find an item. So we do have this Nitro Mechanoid in our deck. It's not the be-all and end-all of our deck, but if we can get some early hyperdrivers and just naturally set it up, we will be looking pretty good. So otherwise, the other thing we probably want to do is, you know, if Brendan does draw auras, we can potentially push some damage into him. I think the way that we'll start this off is that we will pitch this Nitro Mechanoid, and we'll add a counter to our Techlo Plasma Pistol, and then we're just going to...
I'll respond to the Techlo pack. Yeah, right. Just to be careful. So I do have the Arclight Sentinel, which, like you said, you maybe were able to pass, but in case you were going to boost into me, I didn't want to be stuck with all these 2 blocks.
All right. So you respond to that. That's fine. I think then what we're going to do... Might try and get a little bit lucky here. Yeah.
Oh, no, you dare.
I got a High Octane, so let's go ahead. We'll play this High Octane. We'll draw a card. So that's going to help us usually clear it. We really want to see a blue here. Haven't. That's okay. We could also just choose to just kill this with a High Octane and pass now as well. Because if we don't have the resources, so we're going to get 1 off our Hyperdriver. We could pitch another card. We could get up to 3 with the Techlo Foundry as well, total. 1 here, 1 from our pitch, and 1 from the Foundry. But that means we're going to use our whole hand, have no arsenal, and only push a couple of damage in. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead here and... Yeah, no arsenal. I'd rather have arsenal. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead here and just clear the Arclight Sentinel with this pistol.
Sure.
Have we drawn the blue? Would have done
almost
more,
surely, almost worst case scenario for me.
If I drew the blue, that would have been worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Over to you.
So Tunica for me. Yeah, that would have been devastating. All right. Oh, we have not drawn a great hand.
In this matchup, you can, obviously a couple of items in this list, you can go check out the list, but we do have Hyperdrive, we do also have the Techlo Pounder. I choose to start with the Hyperdrive. I like to talk about, there's Nitro Mechanoid in the deck. There's definitely some sweet stuff we can do with that if you just naturally draw it, or you can, you've got a Blessing of Ingenuity as well. I like starting with this. It's also just really aggressive as well, because you have a lot of resources.
Yeah, for me, it's just going to be a Pierce Reality and pass. Unfortunately, I have drawn a major stinker over here. So I'm going to set a card in Arsenal and say go.
All right, back over to our side. We feel like Brennan's just baiting us with the bait. All right, we're going to pitch this Techlo Pounder and come in with Zipper Hit. We'll boost. We'll see a Hyperdriver. So we'll have go again, and we are going to get a resource off this Hyperdriver. Up to 3 resources here.
Okay. This is coming in for how much?
Coming in for 5. The red one.
Okay. I'm going to pitch this Tome of AO and Soul Shield.
All right.
Unfloating.
Yep. Okay. From... Gonna keep coming in with attacks here. 3 resources left. go ahead. We'll actually break the chain. We do want to activate the
Okay.
Tickler Foundry Heart this turn, so we're going to do it now. Tickler Foundry Heart.
Sure.
Finish top 2. We see a Jumpstart red and a T-Bone red, so 4 resources now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll use one of these to load up the pistol.
Yep.
And then we're going to come in with a throttle for 6 boosting. Hitting blue 0 to 60. So come in for 6.
Okay. I will block for 3. Take 3.
Lots of new cards. Alright, so 17 plays 20. We'll play Pulse Wave Harpoon. And we'll boost. So we are going to hit a red zipper hit. So we will trigger the Pulse Wave Harpoon ability, but it is just going to be X equals 2. So reveal 2 cards to us, and I can choose a card with defense 2 or less and add it to the chain. If there is
I
one.
then invoke Soraya and Herald of Erudition.
Okay. Exciting. Yep. And then coming in for 4. No legal targets there.
I will block with Phantasmal Footsteps.
Yep.
Take 3.
A taking 3. Sure, so 14 plays 20. And then we will come in with this Plasma Pistol. We're going to come in at the PS Reality here. We're just going to do a bit of aura control.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think you can, if Brennan was on low life total, I'd probably opt to go face there, but we just want to control some of these auras. Alright, we'll pass the turn over to you.
Sure. Tunic up. I will crack my Goliath Gauntlet. And then I'm just going to play Herald of Erudition for 7.
Yep. So, the Goliath Gauntlet, not much we can do about this. No Phantasm Breaker in hand or anything.
Yeah, that's good for us. I mean, I think if I'm definitely taking, I'm priced into taking the risk of the Herald of Erudition Goliath Gauntlet. It feels like so if it got popped, we would have definitely been in quite a bad spot.
Yeah, we're going to take the 7 here. So down to 13. Could throw a card under the bus, but we'll see what Brennan draws. If he's got another on-hit effect, maybe we can block it out with this a Tickler Foundry or.
Could be better. Yeah, I think I have to go ahead and play this War Team Herald 7 because I know that you don't have the popper. I would like to not have pitched an entire card, but that's just sort of how it was drawn up for me. So yeah, I would have also preferred that maybe be a yellow and play the Herald of Protection actually, but.
Gotcha. So no resource floating coming in for 7.
Yep, no resources floating coming in for 7.
Oh, this is a red Herald of Protection.
Yeah.
And what's the card under that in your pitch? That's the Soraya.
That's Soraya, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Feels like we're on a bit of a race here.
Yeah, but I'm the one without the arsenal.
It's true. It's true. All right, we're gonna go ahead here and just defend for 3 with this Blessing of Ingenuity, and we'll take 4 down to 9.
Okay. 14 plays 9.
Yep.
Goes to Soul.
All right.
I will pass.
Yep. Go to outside the board. We're going to.
Oh.
Yep, we're gonna pitch this Crankshaft and come in with this yellow zipper hit at you for 4 boosting. See a BIOS update off the top. We're gonna trigger this hyperdrive, but we're gonna have 3 resources floating.
Okay. I'm going to take 4.
All right. 10.
10 plays 9.
Going to play 0 to 60 reds, boosting, hitting a yellow 0 to 60. So 4 with go again.
3 resources floating. Okay, I will say no blocks.
Okay, down to 6.
Yep, 6 plays 9.
All right, we've got the hand disruptor.
Yep.
Pulse Wave Harpoon, boosting. Hit a BIOS update. So 4 with go again, and X equals 3 on the Pulse Wave Harpoon. So we get to see 3 cards and take 1.
You get to see 3 cards.
Brennan
Sure.
quickly pocketing the card he doesn't want us to see. All right. 3. Okay, so I can't take any of these, obviously. 3 auras. So now we know why Brennan's not defending. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to defend with Crowd of Providence.
Sure. Yep. And
Take
using
2. Yep, definitely using. Get one of those auras out of there.
All right, and
All
taking
right,
2 down
so-
to 4.
Yep, down to 4.
All right, we'll break the chain.
Yep.
And we'll load up on this tickler plasma pistol. So we could just hold this here, or we could.
I would probably pop my Achilles and swing it twice.
That's the thinking, yeah. So we can present lethal. That we know that's going to take a card from Brennan's hand at least, but it just depends what we think he has here. Because the other reason that we might want to keep the Achilles around is for for an aura late in the game, but we're kind of already into the late game. So yeah, we're going to come in for 2 here with the plasma pistol.
I'll take 2.
All right, and then we are gonna crack these Achilles accelerator to gain an action point.
Yeah.
To boost this turn, we're going to use that last resource, the counter the plasma pistol, and come in for 2 more. Brendan could give us the tunic, but it's going to put him to 1.
Don't think I'm going to give the tunic.
Yeah, the other pieces that the tunic kind of going to 3 next turn could almost represent a full card for Brendan, depending on what he's trying to play out of hand.
And the Achilles doesn't break the chain, right? It's an instant.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm just going to block for 1 here.
Sure, okay.
Yep, go to 1.
Alright, over to you.
Alright, tunic to 3. Okay, I'm going to activate my tunic. I'm going to play Phantasmaclasm, pitching Ode to Wrath.
Alright, well you can see that we have a red throttle in our hand. So we've got high octane, red 0 to 60, blue zipper, and a red throttle.
Jeez, that's brutal. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to take. Jeez.
Not going to take the Phantasm Popper?
Yeah. I'm going to take the Phantasm Popper. I'm just trying to think if I'm dead. Yeah, we'll take that guy.
All right, 9 plays 1. I mean, so you have 1 or 2 cards left in hand after this?
I have 1 card.
yeah, because you blocked 1, right? All right, so 1 card's hand. All right, it's not another popper. Scoop these back to our hands. And yeah, we're just going to block first. So it's worst case Brendan to have here. Miraging Spectra Replication. That'd probably be the worst one.
Yeah, that would definitely be the worst.
All right, we won't play Refractor Replication. We're going to defend for 3 here.
Okay, take 6.
Yep, up to 3. Actually, you know what? We're going to block with a Stickler Foundry, sorry, as well. Sorry. We're going to block with Foundry. We'll go to 5.
There goes my lethal.
I think we should play around the Merciful Retribution, even though we've seen one go on there.
Yeah, play around that, eh?
Still play around one. Alright. Over to me.
Yeah.
Alright.
I was really hoping you're not going to do that block.
Alright, let's pitch for the high octane. Any response?
Let me think. Wow, so funny. Like, I really wish him. Oh, okay. Let me think.
Usually when Brendan says it's so funny, it's usually so bad.
Yeah.
But for who? Funny. Wow, that's the question.
That is the question. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna resolve.
All right, we're gonna draw a card. All right, we're gonna load up the Tickler Plasma Pistol here. I want to get that done early because of the boots on Brendan's side, and then we're gonna play 0 to 60 boosting, hitting a red T-bone. So that's gonna give us an extra action point, and then we're gonna get, obviously with go again, we'll get the action point back. Sorry, and hyperdrive's going to trigger as well. So
sure.
Resources.
So I block for 4.
Sorry, so 2 resources. 1 for hyperdrive. Okay, blocking for 4. Okay. So we go back up to 2 actions with the go again.
Mm-hmm.
Going to pay 1 resource, and we'll play this blue high speed impact, and we'll boost. seeing a Nitro Mechanoid.
How much is that coming in for?
So coming in for 2. So just a blue one.
I'll block for 2.
All right, and then we're going to go up to 3 with the go again, and then come in for 2 here, down to 2 action.
I'll block for 2.
Yep. So no cards in hand, right?
Nope.
Right. We're gonna break the chain here.
Okay.
And use this resource to dump it to the Tickler Foundry Heart.
Yep.
Yeah, Spark of Genius and a blue zipper hit. So back to 2 resources.
Yep.
Use one of those. Tickler Pleasant Pistol. We're going to 1 action point and come in for 2 here.
Yep. I'll block for 2.
Yep. And then we will break the chain again. Load up the Pleasant Pistol. And come with our last resource and action point for 2.
I'm dead.
Dead.
I did have the Merciful. Actually, double Merciful.
All right, that's our first full-powered game in this Dynasty Blitz series. Dash into Prism. Got to see some of the new cards come out in the form of Pulse Wave Harpoon. Almost came up pretty clutch until it saw 3 auras, but you know that's never a bad thing. But you can see the power of that had that been able to take something else in that situation that would have benefited Brendan. Hyperdriver, we obviously started with the Hyperdriver. You know, not an unfamiliar piece of Mechanologist item, but something that I think has gotten a lot better with now cards like Jumpstart as well. We didn't see them in that game, Crankshaft, but they are in the deck. And then, of course, this Construct Nitro Mechanoid. A matchup like this, you know, there is definitely opportunities to get this out. It just depends on what the early game setup. This is a deck that can sort of resolve to Construct Nitro into slower matchups, or it can just naturally kind of get it. But in that game we saw, we just were kind of on the aggro plan. But Brendan, a bit of a rough start there, and then just couldn't quite pull it back with something like a Soraya or...
Yeah, I've actually never drawn I haven't drawn a hand like that with this deck yet. So I drew like Pierce Reality, Spectral Prowler, which I need a Spectral Shield for, and then a Soul Shield, and another card that basically did nothing. I can't remember at this point. So I had to just Pierce Reality pass, which is kind of worst case scenario. I was left with 3 cards in hand. And then, yeah, I think it was just a very aggressive game from the Dash player. Like, you know, we were just getting beat down. And then Prism, just sort of the way this deck works, I find, is that once you get to a low enough life total, you just really struggle to come back because your cards are so demanding on resources, and you try to string together kind of a few Heralds at a time. So yeah, once we're on the back foot, it's a bit tough. The 3 auras was nice versus the whole Pulse Wave Harpoon, but when I Crown of Providence to try to filter the second Arclight Sentinel, I actually drew another aura, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously you have some of the new cards that work off Spectral Shields, and the deck looks like it can operate on a couple of different axes, right? Obviously you've got the traditional aura axes, but you also have that way with like Spectral Prowler and cards like that where you can play a more aggressive game plan, which we kind of saw, and then unfortunately drew into the other half of the deck there.
Yeah, I think that a lot of these cards that benefit off Spectral Shields, they're super powerful, right? Especially something like Invoke Soraya, but it's pretty challenging sometimes to have enough Spectral Shields against a deck that's as aggressive as Mech.
Yep. Again, why we start with Hyperdriver. Got a good start there. All right, that's going to do it for this Dynasty Blitz gameplay, and we'll see you in the next one.